As always, no intros, right into what the title says. Hopefully, over the course of the next 5 to 10 minutes, I'm going to save you a lot of time and also energy and money, but big one's time. Let's get into the first reason this is a poor decision, why you should not start a company. And that is your time. Your time is the single most important asset you have. You're never going to get it back. Once you waste it, it's gone. It is the most precious thing you have. Any business, no matter what niche it's in, is going to take between 3 and 12 years to start and get up off the ground. 3 is next to impossible. That is probably not going to happen, but it's been done. Most people, when they think, I want to start this company, don't realize that for the next 3 to 5 years, at a minimum, every second of every day is going to need to be dedicated towards your company. Otherwise, it's just probably not going to work. And that's assuming you have other people around you who are at least supporting you and helping you. If it's literally just you in your life and you have no one else, so I'm not going to elaborate too much on time. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's going to take a lot of it, and chances are most people are not willing to dedicate that amount of time to potentially seeing success. Not guaranteed, potentially seeing success. Okay, number 2. The energy that it is going to save you in not starting the company. It's hard to really articulate just how much of your mental and physical energy it is going to take for you to see any type of success in the beginning. You're going to go through periods where you've worked 16 hours a day for a year, maybe longer, straight, and the needle will not have moved at all. You're not going to have seen any progress. That's just the harsh reality of it. You know, speaking from experience, when I was attempting to do this, I essentially had all the time in the world a year and a half ago when I was a junior in college. Because I was in college, it didn't take that much time to go to class and to do my assignments. You know, I had time. It still felt like it wasn't doable. So if you are in a situation in which people are depending on you and you're required to spend time with other people in your life, if you're in a relationship or you have children, that is something you need to think about, because those are all going to go away. That you're going to have to cut that out of your life to a large extent for a long period of time if you want a chance at succeeding. And then the third, which in my opinion is the least important, but it is still a large factor, is the money that you are probably going to lose in the process. You're going to hear in so many different places that you don't need any money to start a business, okay? That can be true sometimes, but that is certainly not always the truth. Most companies do take at least some money to start. Most companies in the first year do take some money to try and get some either eyeballs on your company, depending what it is, or people willing to work for you, so an employee that you're paying. Like to go into a business and think that you're not going to lose any money is asinine. It is unrealistic, and you should not set that expectation for yourself, because a lot of the time that's just not true. If you're in a situation, again, in which people are depending on you, if you're a father or mother, or you're supporting one of your siblings or something like that, I'm going to say starting a business is probably not that good of an option for you if finances are really tight, because inevitably you are going to lose money. It is inevitable. You know, finally, more of a side note is the risk. You are going to expend all the 3 things we just talked about with a slim chance at succeeding. If you really pull it out and think about it, you're going to spend a ton of time, energy, and money giving yourself a tiny chance at something that you deem worth it. It's just not all it's made out to be. A lot of times you see all these dudes online who talk about the riches they've gotten from starting a company, from all the success they've had starting a company, the relationships the company has brought to them. But what about the other, say out of 1,000, 990 who failed? You don't hear about that because nobody cares and nobody talks about it because it's embarrassing to fail. But that's the reality, is that a vast majority do not succeed. And I'm not trying to make this video to be like, you shouldn't even try. I'm trying to put people in a position in which they understand what they're actually getting themselves into. I really believe it is the single hardest thing anyone can do, especially now with the competition.